So Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network is reporting that New York Jets wide receiver Elijah Moore is officially requesting a trade from the New York Jets. I mean, I'm almost at a loss for words. How did we get to this point? I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned that this is real. I saw that tweet from Rappaport. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is actually happening here. I mean, was it the Packer game that set Elijah Moore over the edge, where supposedly he got zero targets? I mean, was it just that one game? Was it a small accumulation of a bunch of little things? Maybe he doesn't like Zach Wilson. Maybe he doesn't get along with the coaching staff. Doesn't agree with the overall offensive philosophy. Whatever the case is, maybe he thinks Garrett Wilson is kind of taking his place. I mean, there's obviously three core wide receivers on this Jet. Braxton Berrios was brought back by this Jets organization. Corey Davis signed a big multi-year deal with this team, and Garrett Wilson was a top 10 pick. Obviously, those three guys are going to be involved in the passing game in one way or another. They have two young stud running backs in Michael Carter and Breece Hall. Breece Hall was really bursting out onto the scene, and then they also upgraded the tight end position. So, I get it. Elijah Moore is 22 years old. He was extremely productive, extremely productive back at Ole Miss. Catches, yards, touchdowns, a lot of points. Ole Miss, a lot of success in the SEC. Second round pick, relatively high pick, comes to Jets training camp, is lighting up Jets corners left and right. People are tweeting, oh, Jets got the next Antonio Brown. He could do so much. He could hurt you on the outside, hurt you on the inside, hurt you deep down the field, up the seam, in the short game, yards after catch. I mean, however you want to use Elijah, he could probably do it as long as you're not asking him to, catch like 50-50 balls like you would, like Braylon Edwards back in the day or something like that. But I mean, realistically speaking, objectively speaking, Elijah can do a lot on the football field. But there's only so many passes that can go around. And Zach Wilson actually made a really good point today where, when the question came up, he said, he only completed 10 passes. It's not like everybody else like racked up like 100 receiving yards and more was just like like Zach Wilson purposely ignored him or he doesn't like him. I mean, I'm perplexed. I'm shocked. I'm stunned that Elijah Moore has officially requested a trade. And again, I understand that he was extremely productive. I get that he's only 22 years old. I get that he could be frustrated. But I mean, man, not even a season and a half into his NFL career, and the Jets are winning football games. The Jets are winning games in this scheme. Elijah Moore could really thrive in this style of scheme. I get the numbers aren't really the best, and he's not projected to finish with a lot of, catch. Like, he's not expected to finish like as a wide receiver one or anything like that. Not really in that realm. But at the same time, like, are you really going to request a trade? I don't know what the issue is. Right? I don't know. Maybe there's something big going on behind the scenes. Mike LaFleur said today that, they discussed it and they're going to keep everything in-house. Saleh, addressed it. And, everybody really comes down to the same point, which is he's a competitor. He wants to contribute. He wants to help the team win. There were some cryptic tweets saying that he like loves his teammates and stuff like that. I did a video on it earlier thinking that, hey, he's a 22-year-old kid who, for the first time in probably his entire life, not really getting force-fed the football. And it could be a little frustrating. It could be frustrating there. And went to Twitter and, saw that people were saying, he didn't get targeted a single time. It was a little frustrated. And then he followed that up with a tweet basically just saying like, hey, I love the team. I'm happy we're winning. I get it. Pretty much go Jets. But now we're at this point. We got A.J. Brown tweeting free Elijah. I mean, I'm shocked, man. I am truly shocked. Rapoport, though, did say that the Jets don't plan to trade him. I don't think they're planning on, honoring Moore's trade request here. But it's just like, how did Elijah Moore become so disgruntled to where you want to like leave the team immediately? I mean, a couple weeks ago, everything was fine. Everything was fine with Elijah Moore. God, it sucks, man, because he's on his rookie deal. Like, I thought everything was I don't know, man. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me just say this, though. Let's just say Joe Douglas has a change of heart and he's just like, and thinks to himself, you know what? Let's move Elijah Moore. We can get a nice, pick or pick or two back for him. So I just want to throw that out there. It's not like he's going to be dealt for a 7th-round pick or a 6th-round pick or a 2024 5th or something like that. Not in the least. This guy's, again, super cheap. We hasn't even scratched the surface of his potential. He could be really, really good. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, go Jets. Oh, thank you so much for watching too, by the way. I was not expecting to make this video. I just walked in. Crazy. Thanks so much, and as always, go Jets.